I'll do a proper intro later, but here's where I'm starting on this kit for the video. Okay. Hi, it is August 5th. I realized I have yet to do like a proper intro for this. So hello, my name is C, and I am starting another one of my vloggy videos. Every time I say that there's a rhyme or reason to these videos, it goes out the window. So I show you what I'm working on, I chat about the kids, I talk about books, sometimes I talk about whatever is going on in my life. We'll find out together. So this week, I did briefly pop in and show you a little clip of where I started this kit. So yesterday, I finished up the second row. This is Lavender Witch by Lavender Witch in Summer by Lyra the Lavender Witch. Oh. Okay, is it Lyra or Lyra? I've heard it Lyra? I've heard it say different ways. My mind goes like Lyra, but other people don't say it that way. They say it with like an E in there or an I. I don't know. I'm trying my best. So this is one of my whips. Surprisingly, I only have two. So this is number one. Let me show you the second one. Excuse my laptop having a meltdown. This is my second whip. This is Cauldron of Myrrh by Ivy Dollamore. I started it yesterday afternoon, so I've just got one chunk done of it. I really just felt like working on a square, so here we are. I will probably finish up this row, and then that'll be it for tonight. I leave tomorrow at 1, so we'll see. I don't really think I'm gonna get a whole lot done, but those are my whips. When my laptop is done having its meltdown, I will chat about the book I'm reading, but I gotta wait. Okay, I'm going to leave this here for now, and actually, no, I'm going to show you something else. 1 second. Okay, so I need to choose a book to bring with me. The only issue is I got no clue where to start. Part of me really wants to do like a carry-on reread and like mark up my book, but then also I really want to get into the spin-off series of this, but I need to read the collection, so maybe that. But also, let's see, like 80% of this I have not read, I think, something like that. I also have Furyborn, which is another one I've been really wanting to read. And where was it? Here. Stalking Jack the Ripper was another really fun one that I might want to reread. Because why read something new when I could reread? Is there anything over here that I would really want to read? Maybe The Merciless Crow? Is that what it is? That one. Oh, I also have Brandon Sanderson up there. I have no clue what to read, but then I also bought this entire series of like My Hero Academia school briefs. I might not have access to Fix out there, so maybe I'll bring that so I can still, in essence, we'll see what happens. Okay, that's it now. I'm gonna go work on my whip and debate what book to bring, or two. I'll probably bring two. Alright, so finally sitting down. The book I'm currently reading is The Staircase in the Woods. This is one that popped up on Libby. I wasn't planning on reading it quite yet, but again, it popped up on Libby, so I took the hold. Here we are. Brief description of the book without spoiling too much. There was a group of, I believe, 5 teenagers, who went on a camping trip, just trip out into the woods when they were in high school, and they stumbled upon a staircase in the woods, and one of their friends decided to go up it and never came back down. So then fast forward to current times, you have the same 4 friends meeting up again, and finding yet another staircase in the woods. This time they all go up the staircase, and I have to say, like, the staircase, like, showing up in the woods is just like the weirdest concept. But once they actually go up it and we get into like this house of horrors, it is interesting, but so visceral and disgusting and horrifying. But it's so interesting. Here's the thing. I have an imagination where if you tell me to picture a red apple, I will see a red apple as if it's sitting on a table. Like, I can picture that perfectly clear. So this book is descriptive. Minor spoilers, I won't go into how any of this happens, but you have a character in there who is describing how his body was found, and it was like the maggots from his decaying corpse is what drew his family's attention. Oh no, my imagination just ran wild with that one, and it was disgusting, gross. But I am really enjoying like figuring out how all these characters fit together and their stories. And once again, I am a sucker for a broken cast. Every single one of these characters has something that is just off for them. Well, not off. None of them have had a good like home life as a teenager. I think I'm getting too spoilery. They're just very broken characters, and I am loving every moment of this. Well, except one. One seems to have like moved past everything and has like a good job and a wife and a family and children, and just now he's drawn back into this and he's just crumbling. It is okay. That's it. That's already a lot of spoilers. I have 5 hours left, so we'll see where this goes from here. I'm excited to see how this ends. So, like, where are we gonna go from here? I have thoughts on like a whole list of different possibilities, but I don't know what's actually like possible. Anyways, I'm gonna go continue listening to this and we shall see. Hello, it is August 11th. It's been a while. I'm just popping in briefly. I have all this stuff to talk to you about, but I just wanted to pop in briefly and say, I'm doing a little bit of backwards editing. I'm going to pause this here and I'm going to pop it at the beginning of a ton of photos. I just want to give you a heads up that if you didn't want to see any photos, videos from my trip, whatever, like that's boring to you, skip ahead about 7, 8, 9-ish minutes, somewhere in there. I only have the rough editing done for those, but yeah, I'd say about jump 8 minutes ahead and you can skip all the photos and videos, and I'll be back with more updates of crafting. Okay, I'm gonna pause this here and I'll let you enjoy the photos, or I'll see you on the flip side.
Sometimes like all you want to do is run. Hear me out, hear me out. feel the fire. We rise like tall buildings as the chemicals, they take us higher. The night's young and it's just begun as she puts her hand in mine. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. So loud as the hours pass, we're gonna do it all again. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild. The moonlight, summer sky, it was the best we ever had. And we'll stay on forever, we'll never have regrets. We wanna chase the night, wanna dance to the light, pull the stars from the sky, just two hearts running wild. Never sleep, never stop, as we shout from the top. We're gonna be two hearts running wild. We're gonna be, we're gonna be two hearts running wild.
Okay, so I hope you enjoyed those. I had a lot of fun taking all those pictures, and I need to pick one or two to send to Jade for a custom. I say two because I might send one and get the renderings back and be like, you know what, maybe I won't do that one. So I'm like, I might send two and ask her for her opinion on which one will be best. I'm thinking that final sunset or one of the rocks from the first day. I didn't put any dates or anything in there. I should have, now that I think about it. I'm not going to. It's too late now. But yes. And I will sit down and I will chat about my trip at some point. The only thing is I fear if I start chatting about it, it might turn into like 30-40 minutes of me just rambling, which it should just turn into a whip-in chat at that point. But I'm like, well, maybe it'll just be a quick 5-10 minutes and I could pop it in here. So I'm unsure what I'm doing yet, but there will be some sort of chat about it. Anyways, it rained almost every day that we were there. So it did give me some good couple hours of just enjoying the rain and doing some crafting. So I figured I would show you briefly what I worked on. So I brought the Wonders in Nature's mini dazzle set with me. So this is from diamondartclub, and I managed to complete every single one from the first set. I brought both part 1 and part 2 with me. I only worked on part 1. These are absolutely adorable. Sorry, I don't have the like sticker sheet with me at the moment. I should have grabbed that to say what these are actually called. But these are lovely. My placement is a little wonky because I didn't actually bring all my proper tools. I just stole a toolkit out of one of my kits to unbox. And I used everything there because I didn't want to risk bringing one of my fancy pens that are like 60, 70 each and risk losing or breaking it in the process. So yeah, I just used whatever I had in those toolkits. And this is probably my favorite one. These are just so pretty. So yeah, I'm going to count all of these as I really like the pinks in this one. This is going to count as a finish, which brings me up to 180 for the year, 180 overall, 28 for the year. So there was that. I also worked on the, one of the Pixyls subscriptions. This was Maze. I made some slight progress here. I was really hoping to get more of this one done, but I can finish it up over the remainder of my holidays. Today's the 11th. I go back to work on the 18th. So I could probably finish this one up. But we'll see, because I have other things I'm gonna work on. It's very cute. I'm really liking the colors in it so far. This is just the sleeve from my binder to keep everything together. The sticker sheets are back there too. So yeah, that's the crafty things that I worked on while I was out there. I really did plan on doing some writing too. But that just didn't happen. So anyways, okay, let's chat books. Okay, I think we're good. So while I was out there, we had bonfires, and I always personally do my best reading while sitting around a fire. So I brought the short story novels of My Hero Academia School Briefs. These are just short, cute little stories from within the fandom. Somebody else writes them, but they're just such fun little stories. Okay, this one kind of sucked because it had Mineta, and I absolutely hate him as a character. I really wish Uraka and Bakugo would team up to punt him into the sun. So I probably should just skip those, but they also had Kaminari, and he's one of my favorites. But anyways, I read this while I was out there. Very cute collection of stories, and it makes me very excited. Like, and all the pictures that are spread throughout here were really nice to see. Yeah, I think I gave this one 4 stars on Goodreads. It only got marked down 1 because of that Mineta chapter. But these were really cute, super fast to read, and a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to reading the next ones. Yeah, these were just, look at my boy. So yeah, this was one of the books I read. Super fun, really like it, and I am totally gonna continue it. I actually realized I really miss just sitting down and reading a physical book. So actually I'll explain what I'm doing later, not quite yet, not there yet. Yes, I'm going to continue this series very soon, but because I finished this in like 2 days, it's like 250 pages, there's not a lot to it, and it's just that kind of like dumb fun that is quick to read through. So yeah, I finished it in like 2 days. I also brought out, I thought ahead and I brought 2 books because sometimes I can read fast. So I also brought, I'm going to talk about that. I took off the dust jacket because it annoys me when I'm reading. Come on, just give me the title page. Come on, there we go. Anyway, The Wind Blows by Rainbow Rowell. Rowell? Yeah. This is the 3rd book in the Simon Snow trilogy. You have Wayward and Carry On as book 1 and 2 respectively. I have reread both of those multiple times. Like, Carry On's the first book. They have them the opposite way here. Carry On's the first book. I have read that one like 4 or 5 times at this point. I do plan on doing like buying another copy and like fully marking up that book and writing notes and all that jazz. Wayward Son I have read 2 or 3 times. It's not my favorite of the trilogy, but I do still enjoy it because it is my 2 favorite boys. And then Anyway the Wind Blows is the last book in the trilogy. And this one is just one. I've read it twice. The first time I read it, I cried like 5 times. It broke my heart so many times. But I really love it, and I'm already, yeah, like 130 pages in again. And I'm sad, but I'm happy to be back in this world. It's a great time. And I realized why I said this in the den, the crafter's den. I'll link the Discord down below. Great place. But I said in the den that I realized why I love The Nightmare Before Christmas so much. It's because it's just these 2 idiots in another lifetime. Which makes sense why I love both series so much, because like this type of relationship that they have is one of my favorites. Yeah, I love this book so much. I'm so happy to be rereading it. And it was even said I was going to bookmark it, but again, I was out camping. I didn't have any bookmarks. At one point, Simon talks about how the mage taught him. The mage was like his father figure type of deal. I'll just leave it on here for something visual. The mage taught him that he believes in reincarnation, that it's all just souls and lifetimes stacked upon each other. And in some lifetimes, you find love and you're meant to keep it, and other times you're not. And I think that just really cemented that the fact that The Nightmare Before Christmas is just these idiots in another lifetime, in my mind. But I really like that idea. And like the thing of, you know, finding that person again and again, and like all that jazz. It's super cheesy. It's something I want to write, but I just haven't sat down to plan out yet. Anyways, I just realized I've rambled for like 6 minutes about these books. I'm gonna read this again tonight. But yes, I've been really enjoying sitting down and reading like an actual book again, instead of audiobooks. They still, like, audiobooks still count, but this is bringing me joy. So anyways, that's my books. I'm going to show you some Happy Meal, and then 2 more things. I have 2 more things, and then we'll be done catching up. Alright. Okay, this is a little trickier to show. I had both of my kits show up today, which I'm very happy that these had a bit of a delay in shipping out because they would have been delivered when I was away. They showed up today. I came back yesterday around 2, so you know what? I'm happy. I was worried about them being left outside by accident. But anyways, they're here. I ordered Moon Girl and the Wildwood. This was an older restocked one. I saw somebody complete it ages ago, and at first this one didn't catch my eye, but seeing that one done, I'm like, yeah, I really need this one. So here we are. The Wildwood. Moon Girl is one, like, okay, she's giving me witchy vibes. So I'm like, this could count as, this one totally would count for Drills and Chills. This one's giving me vibes that it could, and I'm like, well, it's technically only August. Drills and Chills technically hasn't started, even though it has for me. Maybe I'll kit this one up and get started. I don't know, it's so pretty. Like, look at this rendering. I'm really tempted to kit this one up and work on it. But I still have the Lavender Witch and Cauldron Myrrh kitted up, so I kind of want to finish those 2 first. I don't know. Also, back to the book thing. I am very tempted to do quarterly videos about books. I know there are some people who are like, books really shouldn't be on a diamond painting channel. I think they both fit really closely together because I read so much while I'm working on my kits, and I plan to start reading more again. So I think I want to start doing like quarterly whip and chats, or be like, hey, for the next 3 months or whatever, here's like somewhere between 5 to 10 books that I plan on reading that I think I will really, really like, as do like a 4 or 5 star prediction video. It's popular in the booktube community. And then coming back at the end of that quarter and doing another like chat about what I actually thought about the books. Were they 5 stars? Were they not? Why not? Type of deal. I'm like brainstorming and thinking out loud. I kind of want to do it, but like I don't know if people would be interested in watching it. But also, it would totally be motivation for me to do it. Which matters more, like, I know you guys, how do I want to word that? I really want to do it. So I probably should just do it anyways, because it is my channel. But also, like, I'll just leave it there. Yeah, I think I will do it. But I have to work out some things. Like, obviously, it'll be me chatting. But I will probably do it like a whip-in chat, where you can see me working on a kit and I'm just chatting books type of deal, so it's still diamond painting-esque. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyways, I'm gonna go show you Cauldron of Myrrh right now. I only read like another 30 minutes of The Staircase in the Woods when I was camping. So I don't have much more to report on that. It is due in 4 days. I have 4 hours. I got this. So we'll see. As soon as I'm done doing these catch-up clips, I am going to sit down, do a time lapse, and listen to my book some more after I clean up the mess I've made here with these. So yeah, let's go take a look at Cauldron of Myrrh. Alright, so here's the kit. Oh, I have one more thing to chat after this. I gotta remember. Here's the kit. When I left, I had only done her face and part of her hat. So I did most of this yesterday. I did the leaves this morning, and I'm leaving here. This is my next section for a time lapse. I just think all the ABs in this section will be really fun. Challenging, but fun. So far, my thoughts on this kit is, this is an older one. It is from 2021. When I ordered it, it is a first run kit. So I believe the rendering has since changed, so the newer ones won't look like this one. That's my understanding. I know they took out an AB. I don't know what else they changed between the first run and the current run of these kits. Mine is when Diamondartclub first started changing up their drills too. So it has the 13 facets throughout most of these colors, but the drill field hadn't been tightened up yet, so there's quite a bit of gapping in this one. But like I'm not fiddling with it. It doesn't really bother me. It's just more noticeable than usual, I believe. But this is so shiny and so pretty. My other thing is that these darker colors are very trashy. I don't know if you can see, but like the bottoms aren't totally flat, or they have like these little pinholes in them. So I've been sitting here picking out a lot of trash so far. But yeah, anyways, it's fine. Like, I still have tons left over, and I'm not worried about it yet. So we'll just let it be. What else do I have to think about this one? I have 2 rows done. This is the 3rd one, and I think I have 3 more rows afterwards. But this is just color blocking, so I might finish up this row and then switch back to the Lavender Witch, because there's a lot of color blocking, which is not my favorite. But anyways, that's where I am on this one. Okay, on to my final thing to update you on, and then into the back to regular routine, I should say. Okay, I have to figure out a way to attach this in here nicely, but Nicole from Atshire Shenanigans started this like 100-day challenge thing. Hers is like diamond painting, crafting, and I want to participate with everyone, but I do a ton of crafting and diamond painting progress as is, so any sort of diamond painting challenge I did would be, I mean, just regular routine. So I'm gonna tag Nicole and link to that video down below. Um, so for hers, I decided I'm going to do a little bit of a twist on it. I'm still going to do the challenge with everyone, but I'm going to do mine as reading. I want to get into the habit of picking up a book and reading every day. And the 100-day challenge is just that. It's to form those habits again. So, yeah. Instead of crafting, I'm going to do reading. I messed up in several spots throughout this thing, so, like, don't at me. But yeah, so every day, my goal is to just pick up and read. 20 minutes is the goal, but if I only get a chapter or two read, then I only get a chapter or two read, and I'm okay with that. Because some days I just don't have the energy at the end of the day, and that's okay. This is like a before I go to bed thing. Instead of playing on my phone or reading on my phone, I actually read a book. That's the full goal. So this started when I was actually on my trip. The first two is that school briefs. That is Any Way the Wind Blows. So I'm going to color this in the color of the book, if that makes sense. Yeah. I don't know, I like the visual stuff. So that's what I'm starting. We'll see how this goes. Okay. I am now going to jump into a time lapse, I think. Part of me also wants to go back and I printed off some covers and actually update this today too, because I haven't filled this in since the start of February. It is August. Why am I like this? Yeah. And the last book, they both die at the end. When did I read you? February. I haven't been updating anything in here, and I really want to get this back on track too. So anyways, this is probably a later goal, but I'm going to keep working. I'm going to go work on Cauldron of Mare, finally, and do some time lapses. Yay! Hello, it is August 12th. Well, Tuesday, August 12th. There we go. I spent my morning doing some running around. I finally got my passport paperwork submitted, so one step closer for the retreat in July. But I also made a pit stop at Michael's, and they finally had the Halloween stuff out, so I picked up. Okay, this was me having some restraint. There was like 3 other kits like this I was gonna pick up, and like 1 more of these guys, but I'm like, be realistic here. And I'm pretty sure, I'm really hoping diamondartclub does some sort of Halloween drop, because I want to shop that too. But anyways, here's what I picked up. There will be unboxings and probably discussions about what I would enhance in these. We'll see. I'm fairly certain this is that fall bouquet. I'm not 100% sure. I actually have to open it up, but I think I got the right one. We shall see. Yeah. The back isn't very descriptive. It doesn't even have like the color count on it like these guys do. But anyways, I'm gonna set these aside now. I'm not gonna record that quite yet. Probably later tonight or tomorrow though. But I'm going to go back to working on Cauldron of Myrrh. I'm about halfway done that kit, so I'm just gonna keep plugging away at it. And my book. I didn't listen to my book at all last night because I was catching up on all the videos I missed while outside the city, so yay, I'm almost caught up. I think I have like 3 more vlogs to go and a small shop haul from someone, and then I'm officially caught up, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm gonna leave this one here and come back with time lapse, maybe another update, who knows. Okay, I'm sold. What the? Oh my god. Okay. Really interesting twist. Oh, I don't know how Owen is going to recover from that. Oh my god. Oh, okay. I'm really enjoying this. That was okay. I can't even say it without spoiling everything, but oh my god. Okay. That was fun. I'm sold on this one. It's a little like too video gamey, but I get what it's going for, and I'm really enjoying it. But I just want to pop in and just be like, oh my god. Oh, okay, I'm gonna finish this one and I'll be back. But oh, okay. Vicious little guy, hey? So cute. Hey. Oh. Hi, baby. Okay, it was baby battles. Now it's just baby bath. Oh, there we go. Such a lazy way of playing for them. I've seen them battle it out and go for it, but this is just them being cute. Oh, hi, my roomie. Hi, honey. I don't have strings on this hoodie. That is just a zipper. What are you doing, sir? No, seriously, roomie. It's just a zipper. It's just a zipper, honey. He is just... Ah, not that. Oh. Look at this. Oh. Never mind. There's also that guy. I hope this clip is entertaining to you guys. I'm trying to make coffee. I just wanted a cup of coffee. Yes, yes. And I got kitten claws instead. That's okay. You guys are very sweet. I swear they were napping like 30 seconds ago. I guess I moved around and woke them up. Oopsie. Hello. So I finished The Staircase in the Woods late last night, and I have to say I gave it a solid 4 out of 5 stars, only because well, one, I have this ridiculous requirement that 5 stars mean I cried. I did not cry while reading this one. I didn't expect to anyways, but oh my god, it was okay. So Owen had some really relatable like thoughts and moments. I'm just like, ooh, that no. But this one hit the mark. Like, I mean, the mystery of it was really cool. It got a little too video gamey at times, but I mean, our 2 of the 4 main characters are video game designers, so it makes sense that that's how they would try to rationalize and make sense of what's going on around them and figure out how to, you know, beat the staircase, we'll go with. But it was really good. Again, this is one that had like the full cast of just broken characters, which is something that I always enjoy. Yeah. And I think the one thing that I'm like, come on, was the open ending. I hate open endings with a passion. I'm adding that to my list, like cheap wins, cheap escapes from death, and open endings are now on my list of things that I just do not enjoy. But it was still a really good book. If you are squeamish, probably not the one for you, because this one is gory and brutal, and it is the darkest sides of humans, I guess. But it was still really good. So anyways, that is The Staircase in the Woods. I am now moving on to Hell Followed With Us. Hell Follows Us? No, Hell Falls With Us. So I haven't started it yet, but we will, I guess I'll come back and share some initial thoughts once I get a couple hours into it. I thought about recording some videos today, but I'm like, yeah, I kind of just want one day where I just sit around and diamond paint. So that's what I'm gonna do. I still do updates on the vlog, but yeah. Okay, I'm leave this one here for now. seconds just to chat about my trip, I guess. So originally I was gonna do this as like, here's what we did day by day, but I'm like, that might be a little boring to hear. I will say I had a lot of fun. It was so nice out there. Like, don't get me wrong, like there's still tons of wildfires burning in my province, so mornings were very, very smoky, but it was still really, really nice to get out into nature. Like, I forgot how much I enjoyed just being out of the city. Again, it's been a while. I actually think the last time I think the camping bins were last organized in 2022, but I don't think we went camping. Like, I think the last time we went out was before that, like before COVID. I can't remember. But yeah, it was really nice just to get out in nature again and kind of, you know, I don't know, go explore, do some hikes. I was gonna say breathe in the fresh air, but I mean, it was a little smoky, which is fine. Yeah. But no, like, on our first day that we headed out there, it actually started pouring in the city, so we didn't even get a chance to pack up all of our gear before the rain hit us. And it's a little joke in our family that if we make a plan to go camping, like, okay, we stayed in a cabin, which you guys would have seen one of, like, probably one of them. I don't quite remember what I put in the slideshow or what pictures I took. But we booked like a little cabin at the provincial park. It was a cute little thing. It was like 2 persons. There was like a little futon thing. We brought an air mattress. It had like this little screen-in porch area, which was so much fun to sit in when it rained, because it was like completely surrounded by trees. So it was just a nice little time to listen to the rain and just kind of craft. It was great. But yes, on that trip, that first day, I'm trying to think, that was kind of just like our settling in, packing day. We have gone to this campground before, back when I was in high school, I think. It was a long time ago, and we had a different cabin, a larger one, because the whole family went. This time it was just me and my mom. But we went down to like the little part of, like, listen, it's like a steep cliff down, and you have to climb down like some roots and rocks, and there's rope along the trail, so you have something to hold on to. I tried to get a picture of it, but it was such a beautiful spot. I know I totally got tons of pictures there, and I think even that video was of a different spot. But yeah, and on the final day, that sunset was also taken on that little beach part, so that was nice. But yeah, most of that trip, it was like the mornings we would go for a hike somewhere, and I would take a ton of pictures, and then by the time we would get back, we would, you know, make something for lunch, and then it would start raining on us. And usually at that time my mom would take a nap, and I would just sit there and craft and listen to the rain, which was, again, really, really nice. For a little bit there was thunder too, which was just so much fun to listen to. No lightning though. But again, it was like midday at the time that would start raining, so it's not like we'd be able to see the lightning fully. I'm trying to think about what else we did. We were going to rent some like sea-doos, jet skis, whatever you call them. But by like the waves every day were too high for them to let us rent out the machines, so we didn't get to do that, which is totally fine. Like, I've never been on one of those things. I don't know what I'm doing. So it was probably smart of them to, you know, not let us out. But I would have liked to try it. I don't know, there's a part of me that's like really, really scared of doing something like that, but then also like really wanting to, because like new things are fun. But yeah, I'm trying to think of what else we did. I think that was it. Oh yeah, we had like, so usually when we go camping as a family, my dad is in charge of the fires. But this time, because it was just me and my mom, I had the joys of doing it, and I think I burnt my finger. I didn't notice until yesterday, which was Tuesday, and we got back Sunday. But I think I actually burnt my finger trying to play with the fire, because I was really dumb, and I would like actually stick my hand in there to move the firewood around. If I dropped it in wrong, I would just put my hand in and grab it. So I think I burnt my finger, like that teeny tiny little spot right there. Again, listen, I was dumb. Don't put your hand in fires, even though it is very warm and tempting. So that's kind of what I did. I got back into, I read a few books. I already talked about those, but it was really nice to just sit around a fire and read. Again, I really miss doing that. So it was nice. Of course, I would sit there and read until it got too dark and then my eyes would hurt. But that's kind of like my own fault. So yes. And I will say, it was really nice to go on the hikes too, because we'd leave our site around like 9 a.m. So we'd be on the trail by like 9:30, and it wasn't too hot yet, so it was still manageable, which was nice. Yeah, and then we get back to our sites around 12:31, which was nap time and rain time. It was pretty much like a routine was set after a few days. I'm trying to think about anything else we could have done. Oh, okay. So the first 2 nights, on the site next to us, there was this family. So there was the parents, I assume, the parents and the 2 boys, and one of the teenagers was killing me with this, because I was joking with my mom that one of the benefits of going camping was that we wouldn't have to listen to my dad's music. He plays like greatest hits from the 70s and 90s on loop, and it's like the same 15 songs. So we were sitting by the fire on that first night, and we're like, this is so nice, it's peaceful, it's quiet. And then from the site next to us, we could hear that playlist. I'm like, oh no. No, we had escaped the music. But yeah, we did not. They actually left before us, so it was only 2 nights of that. And they didn't play it for long, like an hour, and then they all moved into their cabin, and we kind of just stayed outside. And then the last 2 nights, we were gone for 5 days, 4 nights. The last 2 nights, we found it absolutely hilarious that, it sounded like a band had moved into one of the cabins. Because at first, it was like super quiet. It was like 9:30, and you can hear someone on the drums start up. I'm like, alright, cool. Don't mind listening to that. But then they kept the same beat going. I'm like, alright, that's getting kind of old. And then once the repeating started, somebody else started, like, and that went on for like 5 minutes. And then somebody started singing. I'm like, alright, we're getting somewhere. And then like another 5 minutes would go by, and you would hear a guitar start up. So now you have drums, and it sounds like a bongo drum, or oh, it's a different drum. It's like, I don't know what it's called. I don't think it was actually bongos. I think it was like a single drum. Anyways, I have no clue. I'm not musical. So we had the drums, the guitar, and someone singing, and then like at 10 o'clock, 10:30ish, we started hearing a harmonica in the mix. I'm like, alright, they're pretty good. Like, that's pretty interesting to listen to. And then like 10 minutes later, some dude, again, I can't see any of this, but then you just hear someone start giving it on the saxophone, and they're like really good. Like, I'm talking jazz band level good, and they're just going for it. I'm like, you know what? I can listen to that all night. So there was 2 nights of that. It was super interesting to listen to, and just kind of see how they picked up the music every time. We tried to figure out who it was, but like, I mean, everybody's so spread out in this like little area that it's so hard to see who's doing what. But yeah, that was kind of interesting. So lots of hiking, lots of nature. I hope all the photos and videos are somewhat enjoyable to watch. I really like taking pictures, and I think I got a couple of good ones. Obviously there's more than what I've included in this video, but I just wanted to include some of the better ones. So anyways, that is kind of like a little look at our trip. I had a good time. I just really enjoy being out in nature, and I was gonna say next year I might plan something like that again for a couple more days. Like, I could have used a couple more days out there. Because it felt like we got there, we did a couple hikes, and then we were leaving, and I'm like, well, there was one more hike I would have liked to have gone on that we just didn't get the chance to, and I really would have liked to try one of those jet skis, but we would have needed like another day or two. So anyways, I really enjoyed it, and I didn't get to see any of the stars. The main thing, like, when we were booking these, I was like, I really want to get far enough outside the city that I can see the stars proper without any light pollution. But that just didn't. I'm supposed to be diamond painting, and I'm like, nah, I'll just try. But that didn't happen. It was just, there was so much smoke that, like, that afternoon part, like 4 to 5, it would be really, really sunny. Probably closer to 3 to 5, because it would rain from like noon to 3, and then it would just blow right away. And I think that's part of the lake effect. I know nothing. I know very, very little about geography and nature and things like that. But I think part of it, like being right on the lake, really made it so like storms blew in quickly and just left as fast. But yeah, it'd be really sunny in like the late afternoons, and then by the evening the clouds would roll in again and the smoke, and I just couldn't see the stars, which really sucks, because again, that was like one of the reasons I wanted to get out of the city, because I mean, you can't see anything here anymore. There's too much light. Even going, like, there's a provincial park that is just 45 minutes away from me, I think, and it is still too much light to see any stars out there, so we went a lot further out. But oh well. It just means that and not next year, because I'm going to the retreat next year, which I'm excited for that. Did I say I submitted all my paperwork for my passport, so that should be coming soon, and then I can actually leave the country and go to the States. But yeah, next year I'm going to the retreat. I get to meet everyone. I'm so nervous for that, but so excited. I'll talk more about it once it gets a lot closer, because I'm sure those emotions will be a lot stronger come next summer. But I guess the one after that, I will plan on going outside the city again. I think so. Yeah, because I don't get enough holidays to do both in one summer. Funny enough. Anyways, okay, I think I've rambled enough. I think that's everything we talked about. Oh, can I tell you guys, like, this is probably the most I've camping is like the only times I eat a ton of food. Like, I'm talking breakfast. We had one day we had like brie and kubasa and crackers and apples for breakfast. I'm like, that was amazing. And then lunch rolled around and we had like these little mini like tortilla pizzas, so it's like a tortilla shell. We had olive oil with garlic kind of like brushed on top of it to crisp it up, and then with tomatoes and basil. That was really good. I ate like 2 of those. And then we also, like, dinner rolled around and we brought like fajita mix out. Listen, me and my mom don't mess around with food. So we brought like one of those fajita mixes out. We had chicken and peppers and onions over the bonfire with a side of like potatoes with bacon and onions. It was so good. Oh, food cooked over the fire will always be good. But yeah, that was one of our dinners. The other one, we just did like chicken and vegetables with Italian dressing, and then we also had the potatoes again. So again, we ate so much food. But I guess because like day to day I don't actually ever go for hikes, so I guess that just burned a lot more fuel. So anyways, okay, I think I've rambled enough. Again, I really enjoyed myself, and I need to get out in nature more during summer, because I was so happy out there. So much fun. Okay, I'm gonna go back to working on this whip, and I'll leave this here because I've rambled for 15 minutes. we'll see if any of that is coherent. All right. Hi. Okay, so I was curious. I was going through all of my like Libra accounts and my Audible account. I'm like, I have 3 separate collection of audiobooks. I'm like, I kind of want to see what I actually have all in one place. So I went through my Goodreads, added everything here. I seriously thought I had only like 30 audiobooks that I've bought, either with credits or because they were on sale for a couple of bucks each. I don't know. I was not expecting to see 89 there. I thought I had like 30. But then I do have like the Libra one that I get through work, like my work email account access. Totally makes sense that really bumps up that number. Because, yeah, that's just access to those books. But anyways, not expecting 89. I really have to go through and start listening to more of these. I also realized I don't have the full set of these. What do you, like, Green Creek is now one of my favorite series, and you're telling me I don't have the full set? I only have the first. I can't even see the first 3. I'm missing the second book. I'm gonna have to wait for a credit to come in and grab that one. But anyways, so yes, I went through my Goodreads and added anything. To anyone who might follow me on Goodreads that watch this and your feed is suddenly flooded with updates from me, I am so sorry. I think I turned off the setting that like pushes notifications to people's feeds if I add things to my bookshelf or mark them as want to read. If I didn't and I did it wrong and you got flooded with notifications, I am so sorry. But anyway, I feel really bad if people are just gonna be stuck staring at my stupidity for a while. Oh no. But yeah, anyways, hopefully I can keep this updated. I'm also trying to keep track of the books that I get. This is like lame stuff for me to keep track of. Like story time is all the books I read to the students at work. Because I have a bad memory. Like, that was really cute. Do I remember anything? Nope. So anytime I read a book, it gets dumped in here. And then the book boxes. I want to go back and add all of my previous ones, but I feel like that's 200 books, so I'm not doing that. Just the thought is appealing. But those are all my current ones that I'm getting in. So anyways, this is just lame info for me to see. And I kind of just wanted all my audiobooks in one spot, so that was nice. Anyways, off to what people actually might want to hear about. So here's the book I talked about earlier, Hell Followed With Us. My understanding is we have this kid, who is trying to escape, the religious camp that he's staying in. Earth is pretty much, well, humanity is pretty much dying out. There was a flood. It killed like most of the population, and now you just have pockets of people just trying to survive. So you have the religious groups who are trying to create the seraphim and just bring about the end and salvation in their minds. Then you have a group of survivors who are just doing that, just trying to get through the day. And there's a third party that was just introduced, but I don't know much about them yet. So you have our main character who escaped from this group, found the group of survivors, and is now just kind of like going through day-to-day life, I guess. He's only been there for 2 days. I'm only 2 hours in, so I'm not very far in. Something I should say. This one comes with a very heavy warning of body horror and like modification. By that I mean our main character was actually experimented on to create this seraphim, this religious being, and it was successful. But now our character is like slowly dying from all of this, so now they're very much just like, well, it doesn't matter what I do. I have like maybe 6 months left, so now it's just them trying to stay away from the religious group, be good, and help whoever he can along the way. That is my understanding. It might change as we get further into this, but I'll keep you updated. So far it's interesting. I feel for our main character, because that's just such a bad hand to be given. Yeah. And this book starts off right in the action. Like, I mean, we have our character who is just, like, right away on a downward spiral, just trying to get away. So, yeah. It's interesting. It's really interesting. Following the staircase in the woods, I'm going to need to find something light and fluffy after this. I do have the X-Hex on hold through my library, so I might read that one. But like, these are two very intense books right behind each other. So we'll see what happens. Another thing, I've started to edit this vlog, and I fear it is going to be about an hour and a half, and I am so sorry. This is gonna be so long, and I'm sorry. But yeah, anyways, I'm gonna keep reading this and keep working on Cauldron of Myrrh. Actually, I am very, very close to being done this kit. I have like all the grays over here done. I just do the greens, the rest of the cauldron, and her tail, and then I'm done. So let's get back to working on this. So I thought I would pop in quickly. It is like 9 p.m. It's Thursday. And just say, like, I finished this one last night like 11:30. I'm like, okay, I can do my clip today. Didn't happen until now. So anyways, Cauldron of Myrrh is done. It's such a pretty kit. I was actually looking at diamondartclub, and they did more than just remove that one green AB. I think I mentioned this before. Mine has 50 colors. The one currently listed on their app has 47. So I don't know what other stuff has changed in here since I purchased this one, but I know they don't have the green AB anymore. That's all I got. It's a very pretty kit. The darker colors, the black, the brown, had a bit more trash in it. I mean, like, the bottoms weren't completely flat, which kind of sucked. But it was, like, easy enough to pick out because they just wouldn't stick to the canvas. So, meh, a little gappy, but that could also just be my placement. And all these ABs in here are really, really cool. I would have liked to seen this done. Actually, let me backtrack. I think I should have added some fairy dusts in here, because you have these, like, really stunning and sparkly ABs, and then you just get to these solid purples. So maybe I should have done some more changes. Anyways, okay. So that's Cauldron of Myrrh done. It really reminded me that I should work on some of my older kits instead of always the newer ones, because this one's still very, very pretty. But this one had the 13 facet drills, which, coming from their current ones, which is like, what, 23, 26, something ridiculous like that. It's a very big difference. So yeah, anyways, that's Cauldron of Myrrh. I'm gonna go talk. Oh, and I love the kitty, and her hair is very, very pretty. Okay, I am going to go chat about my book quickly and then get back to working on Lavender Witch. Okay, so as we can see, I'm like roughly halfway through this book, and I have to say, the more I listen to it, the more confused I get. Like, I thought I understood the world, but then, like, the new group got introduced, and then some other thing happened. I'm like, now you lost me again. And I thought so our main character had a fiance. Nope, engaged. Are they engaged? Are they married? Some sort of more permanent relationship. When they were at the camp, and then they left the camp because something happened with this person, my understanding. But now they're back together? I'm confused. I don't understand the relationship. Our main character is 16 as well. Don't know if I like that. I really, really, like, don't get me wrong, I understand this is like post-apocalyptic, the world is ending, a religious group is trying to end the world. That's what I've been picking up, but I could be horribly wrong. And our main character is getting married at 16. I know that's not the biggest bone to pick, but I just can't wrap my head around it. And this is all sanctioned by their mother. So, sorry, his mother. It's all sanctioned by his mother. The more I read, the more confused I get. And I thought one of the good guys was a good guy, but apparently he's not. It is 9:30. I'm gonna take a break from this and listen to some fan fiction, which is dumb and easy to follow, and come back and dissect this some more tomorrow. So anyways, that's where I'm at in this book. If anyone who's read this, can you, like, I don't know, explain? Maybe I'm missing something. I don't know what's going on. But here is, I started another row of Lavender Witch, so I'm still working over here. That's kind of like my row. Didn't do much today. I got really, really distracted by this fanfic. It was so good. It really hurt, but it was good. So now I'm back to working on this one, and I'm gonna listen to my fanfiction instead of reading it. Like a loser. Okay. I will check in again tomorrow. Alright. Hi, so remember in the last kit, I said clip. How I said I would check in tomorrow? That didn't happen. Today is Sunday, August 17th. I spent yesterday, and I will spend today, pouting because my vacation is over and I have to go back to work tomorrow. So I didn't do anything except listen to my book and work on Lavender Witch, which, here's the thing. I'm gonna chat about this. It is still first thing in the morning, but I wanted to get these clips done so I could start editing. I will most likely finish this book and quite possibly my kit today. So if I do, I might just start the next vlog early. But anyways, help follow us. I have 20% left, just about 2 hours. And I have to say, yeah, again, the more I read, the more confused I get. Our main character is very wishy-washy in their ways. The other two side characters, we have Theo and we have Nicholas, are both, our main character can't decide if these boys are good, are they bad, who knows. And I still don't understand, like, the more I read, I thought I understood what Judgment Day was. I don't. So maybe this is a better book to read if you have any sort of religious knowledge. I will not attempt to guess which, like, it's very, like, it's Christian, but I know that there's, like, branches of Christianity. Maybe. I'm not religious. I have no idea how any of this works. So if I say something wrong, I am so sorry. I don't mean to. But I feel like this book would be better understood if you had that background, because I keep bringing up Judgment Day, no clue what that is, or how it happened, how it affected the world, just that it was a thing that happened. The flood, another thing that is often referenced, no idea what it is, aside from some sort of disease. That's my best guess. Yes, there is some plot points in this that just don't make sense totally, and I kind of wish that there was more to our main character. They they are just very much, I am this thing they created, and that's it. So I kind of wish there was more to them. I'm also having a very, very hard time with timeline, because they say, like, Judgment Day happened. But then they go, well, in high school, I'm like, but you're 16. So if you're 16, Judgment Day happened, I'm assuming at least a couple years ago at this point. How were you in high school? I think I need a clearer timeline. So I'm probably gonna end up giving this one like 2 stars because I have more questions than answers. Yeah. And the pacing is a little off too, like it's very, very slow, and then the action happens and it just takes off and then just comes to a dead stop afterwards. I'm like, okay. So yeah, anyways, I have 2 hours left. We'll see if the ending changes that opinion, but that's kind of where I'm sitting. Okay, after this, I'm moving on to the X-Hex and then the Raven Scholar before Spotify redos my audiobook hours. Anyways, so that's Hell Followed With Us. If you read this one, can you let me know what I'm missing? Okay, and then I am very, very close to being done the Lavender Witch. Just this bottom row, I started the purples over here last night, but I really should be done this today or tomorrow. So, yay! Okay. Thank you for watching. Let's go with, let me know if you read any really good books recently. I am always a sucker for hearing other people's thoughts on books. And I think I'll leave it there. Wait, no! Very, very quickly, right at the end of this, I got an email last night that I got approved to be a Pixyls affiliate. So in the description, there's now a link and a discount code to Pixyls. If you don't know, I showed this earlier, but Pixyls is like the sticker by number thing. Really, really fun. Nice little small Canadian shop. But yes, I am now an affiliate for them. So, yay! Anyways, okay, now I'm gonna leave this one here. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye!